Hello, everyone. To my audience, I would like to first say welcome to all the new subscribers from our tentacled overlord, Omegon. And second, I want to let you guys know that I'd very much like to chat along with you guys about the topics I discuss. An option for me is to stream on a regular basis. What do you guys think? Do you think I should stream my more conversational, philosophical topics, or nah, and just stick to the videos? Let me know in the comment section. So, on to today's topic, which is going to be a bit more anecdotal than usual, but I wanted to give my perspective on education nowadays. So many of you will know now that the social pressures of getting an education past high school is more or less required by most businesses if you hope to get hired. Basically saying that the typical jobs that people go into, STEM, education, law, etc., all ask for at least a bachelor's degree in their respective disciplines. As a millennial, this was a premise for which I was raised. Even from a young age, I remember taking practice exams simply to get the best chance of getting into college, in order to pursue a degree for insert job here. And I remember PSATs, old ACT exams. Some classes in middle school and high school were even simply geared to make us understand how a job in a particular field was going to go, in order to reinforce realistic expectations for some dreamer per se. Now, I know that sounded a bit bitter, but in reality, it is a good idea to present such information at a young age. But my point is that American children are expected to attend university. We are expected to graduate and then get a career in an already oversaturated job market. Oh, you want to be a teacher? Well, good for you. I know you'll do well, along with the several hundred others in your graduating class. From one semester. From one college. It's even worse when you consider art teachers, English teachers, music teachers, because there are less open spots for such positions. So, what am I getting on about? Why is this a topic, and why does any of this matter? Well, Mr. or Mrs. or unknown gender title impatient, I will tell you. It is somewhat of a lie. The idea that you can only get a good job if you graduate college is a dirty lie, and I'm sure you've been told that before. In fact, there are sites right now for graphic designers, for coders, to work on projects given by actual people to complete, and they will pay you. One of which is called Design Crowd. No, I'm not sponsored, but hey, if you want to sponsor me, Design Crowd, hit me up. But let's consider a moment the almost fanatical stigma college prep is put on by educators or parents, and how that affects a child. You want to know why my generation seems slightly more prone to mental health challenges nowadays? I think I found a possible answer. And no, it's not Trump, though some would like to claim it to be so. It is the expectation of a mediocre student to achieve exemplary grades and get into the best school and graduate and get a job. Seems like a reasonable thing for a parent to want for their kid, right? Well, if you were that parent with that kind of mindset, how would you react if your relatively studious child came home with a less than stellar grade? What if they fail? And this is especially true for educated, usually reasonably intelligent parents. You would probably scold your child for slacking off. Maybe playing too many video games. Maybe not paying attention in class. Maybe being too busy flirting with some cute classmate. Or maybe they just didn't study enough. You tell them that you are disappointed. And that child's heart breaks. Their mind loses its sense. You have told your child that you are disappointed in them for failure, for not understanding, for not performing well. You see this manifest in children who are afraid to show their parents bad grades, scared to call their parents when things go wrong. Those kids are afraid their parents will be disappointed or angry at them. Depending on this hypothetical child's ability, you either told them to do better, which they may shrug off and say, oh yeah, you're right, I should do better, or you told them that their best isn't good enough. At which point, you see the mental failings of a child who believes themselves never to be good enough. This manifests at a very young age for some people. Some of these children then grow up with anxiety, with self-confidence issues, with pessimistic views towards themselves because they failed enough as a child that their minds They've rationalized that their parents must not care or love them because they failed so much. I know this because I have helped such students. I used to be a student ambassador for freshmen into high school, and I heard the conversations of young adults having mental breakdowns in the library in college at 3 a.m. I've been one of those kids, partially, but only in my own head. I rationalized that my failure was somehow avoidable, that I could have been better if only I could just pay attention. Well, it turns out I had severe ADHD, as a school psychologist told me, and ever since then, with medication, I've done satisfactory. So let me stop here a second. I have told you guys a long-ass story, but never quite got to a point. Well, for those who are here, this is the message I want you to pass off. If you're a student, remember education is not necessarily for everyone. There are other avenues for you to take if you are not a good student and still be successful. Not everyone is a good student, but that does not mean you fail at life. At the same time, you should remember, your education is for you. It's not for anybody else, regardless of what others might try and push on you. Parents, don't ask your children for A's. Ask your children for their best. If they come home with a failing grade, ask them if they did their best to prepare and execute the exam. Regardless of what they answer, they will know the truth even if they lie to you, and that will matter. Support for an individual's abilities is important, especially for a parent to their child. And finally, for those struggling with deciding to go to college or not, if college will lead you to a happy and fulfilled life, do it. If not, don't. If you can feel fulfilled working on indie projects at home after teaching yourself how to code, draw, animate, whatever, so be it. That's fine. But my warning here is this. After a certain point, you must take hold of your life. So, if you go this route, not going to get an education. Be prepared for hardship. Be prepared for minimal, if any, income. Be prepared for not living as salaried employees do. This is a choice you make. That's all I really have to say about education, right now at least. If you disagree with anything here or want to share your own story, put something down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon.